Okay, and we'll start this way for one and that way for one. Sure. Yeah? Okay, so Zoya, you go first. Have you ever walked off a set in a temper?
No.
Never?
No, no. If I'm in such a temper, then the person I'm in a temper with needs to leave.
Has that happened?
Yeah, sometimes.
Vishal?
Yeah, I think I have twice.
Twice? Tell us more.
Yeah, once in Makbul and the other in my latest.
And then what happens? Like, how long before you come back in?
I don't come back. I go back the next day to shoot. Not on the same day.
Vishal has left the building.
It's better to do that because once you know that if you lost your temper, then the first thing that you feel embarrassed once things cool down. That why did I have to lose my temper?
Is it usually an incident or is it a person? Is it an actor? Is it a crew member?
It's a combination of many things. When we are on set, it's a different kind of pressure we go through. So you don't know what's going to trigger someday. So that happens with me. That has happened with me twice.
Gauri, you?
No, not really walked off, but I've sulked. I've come back and just yell at one AD that I have who I take all my anger out on, and the poor thing just ignores it and just says, okay, then let's do this. That's it.
There's always one like that on the set, no? One person
I have
who's
to
kind
have
of
this person.
The confidant, the punching bag.
Yeah. So she's been with me for years and she's lovely because she takes it in and actually ignores it. So I feel bad about that too, that my temper's not been taken seriously. So, yeah.
Hi, good evening, everybody. No, never been pissed off. Only once, when my production guy says, "Ki I cannot shoot Vicky Donor in particular alley they were shooting because they think, what are we donating? This can't be here." So, and I got really pissed off and I walked out. And my production guy later came next day that we found a location. I said, how? Because they don't know the meaning of sperm, so it's okay. So I said, fine, let's go for it.
Me never, because I want to finish one and start my next one. So, so I don't care if the person tantrum mein aaj hai kal nahi rahega, fuck him. Sorry. And I move forward. I want to start my next. Today is there, tomorrow it won't be here.
So we should just look at the filmography and know जिसको repeat नहीं किया था, उसी ने create किया होगा ना problem.
Rohit, do you just blow up another car if you're in a bad temper?
No.
What is the most common phrase that you use on set?
Maa ki aankh.
And you didn't censor that for the room, no?
Maa ki aankh won't be censored. But the previous one, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow in Mumbai Mirror.
Shoojit?
No, nothing. I think a lot of, because I use a lot of Bengali word like fatafati and excellent. So it's very some commons. Nothing as precise as this.
I would like to use that, but I don't. I just say, just keep quiet, please. Because people talking around me, especially when a shot is on or just before the shot, is like really pissing off. So just keep quiet, please, is my constant. Or
You
shut
always
up.
say please?
No, not all the time.
Yeah, nothing in particular, I mean, movement के हिसाब से change हो जाता है जो भी होता है.
I think the one thing that stuck, which I figured last film I was on, was One for Love. Because every time you get a take and you've got it, I, as an assistant, used to hate it when directors say, can we do a safety? Because safety from what? You know what I mean? Like, I find it negative, and I feel even with the actors, when you say it's a safety, they just do it. But I just started saying, yeah, let's do One for Love, and everybody just has fun with it. And my last film, my focus puller, he just made badges that said One for Love, and that's how it stuck. So it was sweet. So I think that's something I repeat.
Gauri, you said you get very mad when people talk around you. So what are your pet peeves? That one thing that just gets you really pissed off. So for you, it's these people talking around you. What is it for you? Like that one thing you can't tolerate on a set?
I get really irritated with actors' hair makeup. Like if I'm blocking a scene or if I'm trying to just figure out camera and they'll come and start look with the mirror, and you're like, get out of my frame. You're trying to set a frame. I find that very annoying. I find it very disrespectful because we will say final checks. At the end of the day, they are my actors. It's my job to make sure they look good. I'm not going to shoot without it. But you know, it's a serious waste of time. So, I mean, my first lady is amazing. And we actually jail makeup and wardrobe, hair and makeup, till they come out. So that really irritates me.
Vishal, what bugs you?
Yeah, one thing is common, I think will be common for all of us, these mirrors. And especially, you know, when you cut, like you have just started a shot and something happened, and you say cut, and the mirror comes in. So now, because of the digital cameras, one thing is very good that I don't say cut. I say वो ठीक कर दो पीछे शॉट चालू रखो because एक बार कट किया तो सीधा मिरर ऐसे सामने आता है so I mean you feel like killing those people, you know, and yeah, and they are really irritating. They are very, very irritating.
Shoojit, what bugs you?
Nothing bugs me on the set. I am the most chilled out on the set, but there's one thing that I always normally make sure, and yeah, I'll get irritated also, but I never shout or this, but is that people in front, when I say action, I don't want anybody on the set apart from my focus puller, cameraman and boom man. So it's my actors, it's me and my cameraman. So I don't keep anyone. So in all my films, even if we were shooting the court sequences, everybody was out. It's only the actors and the cameraman and me, that's it. So no, nobody's eyeline because I think it disturbs the actor a lot. And when you're doing a performance film. So that's the most important thing I always mention and I take care of.
Makeup artist for sure, and now there is a new trend. Every actor has a manager on set. First he will come or she will come and ask, "Kitna time lagega?" Arey, who the hell are you to ask me kitna time lagega? So the manager and makeup artist both.
So how do you control this, Rohit? I mean, you guys are the captains, you're the bosses on these sets. I mean, isn't there a way to just say, no, this can't happen?
Yeah, I say it. I create a system while we're working. So, and I will say it once. I don't shout ever on my set. But I will say, you will have the time before I take. I'll call, my AD will call for final check, stay off. The thing is, we have certain hair and makeup people that do the film. Like say a company like Fat Moo, which is Natasha, or Be Blunt, which is Auduna and Avan. They are so used to working on foreign films. And they're so used to working with Excel that they know the system. So they don't do that. But the actors come with their own crew. And those guys are radical. So I have a theory with them. I make them read the script. So when I was working with Katrina, I was very worried about the kind of makeup because I wanted her to be very clean on Zindagi. So she said, they'll never read the script. I said, see, if they have to work on my film, you are insisting they do, they have to read the script. So they read the script. I had a meeting with the two of them, and I just treated them like crew. I just told them, this is what I want, show me references. I can't tell you what a difference it made because suddenly the alliance was with me. Suddenly they felt they owed me something. So he would actually come and tell me, she's put extra lipstick. You know, and I just knew. So I realized that works. So you have to treat their makeup like they are part of your crew and they owe you. They are part of your film and their, allegiance should be to you. Because otherwise, they don't listen. They don't listen. They listen to the actor. And the actors told them, and it's cut, you come with the mirror. Right. So now you can't start fighting with your actor because you got to make him act.
Yeah. On the set, music or no music? Do you like to have music playing? Yeah?
I have music playing. Depends on the scene. I'll have music playing for certain things, for certain mood. And we have a rule on our set. Every time we finish a song, the song is wrapped, we play the song and the whole crew dances. And it's super fun. The whole crew just dances to the track. It's good fun.
Yeah, I mean, when we do the songs, of course, then the music is there. Otherwise, I don't use music.
Only while shooting a song or if there's some silences in the film and it's required to create a mood. Otherwise, I find it distracting. I'd rather listen to it on my way to the set. Yeah, so.
I don't play publicly on the set, but mostly I give my theme tracks. Most of the time I create my theme tracks before I start shooting. So most of the theme tracks I play to my actors whenever the intense scenes they're going to do. So definitely play that. Not for the crew because they're busy in some other stuff.
Only during the song. That's it. Yeah. And obviously, like how Zoya said that once the song is over, we do play it and the unit dances and we are checking koi short to nahi reh gaya. We do that also together.
Okay, what's the most takes you've ever done?
Typically, it depends. I mean, usually certain actors are very quick. Certain actors take longer. Sometimes it's the track. Sometimes it's the focus. I mean, you know what I mean? So, I mean, but an average of 4, 3, you know, I would say 3, 4 would be average.
Okay.
No, not even my dog. The dog also was full on. Yeah. I don't have any, where it was like, oh my God, no, I don't have that moment.
Yeah, normally it's like 3, 4. After 5, you start feeling ki there's something going wrong, and then you stop and then talk to the actors. But yeah, 4, 5, it's like the best for me.
Yeah, definitely not, I think, beyond 5. It probably would be a very rare case if it's gone beyond that. Again, because of track, trolley, focus, all those things not sinking in. But I myself would get bored if it goes beyond that. If I haven't got it in that, then I just change the scene and maybe come back to it, if at all. But not more than that.
Yeah, not been to many takes, as I don't remember at all. So that's I've been stuck because of one particular take now. It's done mostly in 2 takes or 3 takes. I'm quite happy. If nothing is happening, I move on. I don't, remain in that place. I said, move on. We'll come back, visit later. We'll figure out. But yes, quick ones. But I do a lot of rehearsals. I mean, I can spend an entire day without shooting, just do rehearsals. So sometimes many shoots have cancelled days, just rehearsing. So once that's done, then I don't think we didn't spend too much time in canning the shots. No.
What?
Usually 3 or 4, but once we had gone up to 37.
37?
37. I don't want to name the actor because Zoya said even her dog was like doing 2, 3 takes. So it will be like a...
After that, you can't badnamify the actor.
You have to be very careful nowadays. Tomorrow it will be dog's photograph and that actor's photograph.
What is like your best day ever on set? What's a day that feels like it really goes right? What happens on that day?
For me, it's every day. I enjoy shooting, I enjoy working. So for me, it's every day. Like some day will be good, some day will be bad. It's not like I can't pinpoint on a particular day that this day went really well. It's for me the best day is like I get up and I'm going for my shoot. So every day is the best day for me. Yeah. Like when I'm coming here also, I was like enthusiastic, fully, like first time look at my films, first time I'm going for a festival. Like when you called up.
A round of applause, come on.
When you called up, I thought you have taken my surname and my family business seriously. Rohit, festival hai, canteen samal. So I love every moment. It's not one particular day. Like, yeah.
Rohit, you were very good. I like your honesty very much. So it's like no, I think every day. I think she's right that it's every day by the evening, because you plan and you have so many things for a year and a half. You wait for that day that you want to execute it, and you be on the set and you really see it coming it alive. And yes, there are days that you don't get really satisfactory and you want to go back. There are many scenes which happens that you go back and you again shoot. But most of the day, in the evening, you're really kicked. Actually, you're kicked in the evening more because we have finished a shoot. Then you're charged, absolutely. Okay, you got a good shoot. So every day almost.
Yeah, same ditto and all. But the day when an actor actually performs, there's a scene happens magically, something that you haven't expected or seen, and they just surprise you. I think that just gives you kind of thrill that you just want to like get up and dance. So those are like the best days, and the worst days are the days you're not on set. Actually, the in between, the off days actually kind of make me restless. You want to like get back there and get on with it, and yeah.
For me, yeah, I think the rap day is the best day for me when we finish. Because when we start the film, the first day is very exciting, but with me, what happens during the film, it gets so tiring that I really curse myself that why I have taken this profession. Because I was very happy in, AC studios, recording studios, I was very happy over there. So every time I go through this, that why...
Every film you feel this?
Every film, that why I'm doing it to myself. It changes when I see the film, of course. It changes, but it becomes so tiring. And I think the most exciting days for me are when once we are doing the crowd shoots and we are on streets, we don't know how are we going to manage the crowd. Sometimes, it's so we are so vulnerable on streets. And the other day when a great actor comes and performs your scene, then you become like a child. The first day when I was in Makbul, I remember when Pankaj was to perform his first shot, I was like a child, that I wanted to see him perform. Like Nasir, Omji, Irfan, when they come and they perform. So I feel like a child. These are the moments you cherish.
It's like, there are certain days where you may not make the day. There are certain sequences where you don't know what will happen. And when your crew is in sync and when you nail it, that's when it's a good day. Like suddenly you have to take 30 shots, you have 8 hours, you have to go for it, and you want a particular quality. But when everyone's just like, everyone just comes together, they're sync, and you do it, it's a huge high for me. It's a good day.
What are your on-set rules for the crew? Do you have rules that your crew has to follow? I mean, just
my crew cannot litter.
Litter?
Yeah, like Indian crews, like they cannot litter. Like it really pisses me off. So like we've really trained our crew, like you cannot throw anything, you cannot dirt. See, I also shoot only in locations. I very rarely build sets. So, you have to respect a space. If someone's given you their home, if you're in a public area, if you're in a park. I mean, Indians are just like trigger happy. You know what I mean? They'll put the cigarette out. It's disgusting. So that I'm very, like that's a huge rule.
So lots of bins on the set?
Lots of bins on the set. Lots of bins on the set. And of course, like silent, the regular stuff. But no littering.
Yeah, I have developed one rule which works for me. That like in a 7 o'clock shift or 9 o'clock shift, my whole goal is to take the first shot at 9 o'clock or at 7 o'clock. So for that, we all reach there on time. We don't do our breakfast. We take the first shot and then break for breakfast. So that really gives the rhythm, and everyone is alert. So this is what I have developed for myself.
Wear shoes and wear watches, please, not cell phones to check time.
True, that's a good one, yeah.
So some people come in chappals, which is not such a great thing because you can trip, fall. So I make it a rule, at least with my ADs and production people, that they should be safely dressed. And don't talk.
Don't talk. Yeah, absolutely. I think I'll that one litter obviously is one of the very important thing that we have really strictly managed. And the most important dictate on my set is to silence. Just everybody should be if silently they can work, because I think actors really get disturbed by the crew. Unnecessary shouting, which can happen just by one, on your walkie-talkies, or we talk too much. We really talk too much.
Yeah, especially the light department and the camera department. I think they shout the most. So like there's a strict rule, they have to operate on a walkie. And secondly, when we shoot an action sequence, then I really go strict, and then it's like a totally different me when I'm on the set because risk is involved. Other than that, everything is fine. Yeah.
What do you all do for stress, yeah? I mean, on the set? I mean, is there...
crush candy.
She crushes candy.
Vishal, what do you do?
I don't let the stress take me over, so it's fine.
But do you like punch a ball? Do you... मतलब कुछ तो होगा?
No, nothing like that.
नहीं?
कुछ भी ऐसा नहीं. I mean,
Gauri has the assistant.
Punching bags हमारे.
Gauri has the assistant.
No, for stress, no. Actually, I have a great team and I continue to work with the same people mostly. I mean, through my ads and feature and everything. So we just crack up and we crack some of the worst jokes. So, and that's it. We just laugh about it. I mean, that's the time to crack the most horrid jokes because nobody's at their peak optimum. Every attention of yours is on the film. So yeah, it's the DOP, my art director, costume whoever's around, and yeah, that's the best stress buster, to have a great team.
I don't stress at all, so I only...
You just drink tea from Darjeeling.
I don't stress at all. So. I only stress when there is a night shoot because I switch off by 10. I can't operate beyond 10. Beyond 6, most of the shootings are done by beyond 6. And I can't wake up and keep my eyes open. But if I have to do a night shoot post 10 o'clock, it's a big preparation that I have to take a day before onwards that I have to do a night shoot. That's a really, most of my night shoot I do in the day. If I'm indoors, I make sure that I do in the day. But on the streets, you can't do anything. You have to shoot.
Yeah, I remember one director, he looks at his script and then he sees, he asks the writers to come and change all the night scenes to the day. Yes, yeah.
नहीं sir, ये नहीं किया मैंने.
I'm not telling you.
But yeah, that's his. And no, stress buster is not, because in my film I do everything, so it's okay. I do everything from action to makeup to everything I do, so it's okay. Nothing to worry.
Rohit, what do you do?
I have a fab team, and it's been 11 films in 10 years now. So it's like it's like someday it will be good, someday it will be bad. I just walk out from the set for 5 minutes. I sit in my van and I'm back, and I use that first word what we started off, and everything is okay then after that.
Real explosion or CGI explosion?
You're asking me?
I know. Yeah, you should start.
Start from here.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Zoya?
I'm not a big fan of CGI. I know that it's good. I've used it in very minimal doses when I had to. Like I did most of the bull run live with bulls, except the last shot, or the one that the bull comes onto Hrithik. All the skydiving is live. Even the close-ups, we suspended them and hung them from cranes and shot them from below because it looks better. So I don't particularly like CGI, but now it's really sophisticated, and if I have to do it, I'll do it, But if I can do it live, I'm a little old school. I'll do it live.
Yeah, of course, the live is always preferred, but sometimes you can't do it. Like in Hyder mein wo jo ghar udane wala scene tha, you can't do that.
Right.
So that we did on miniature. So it's a combination, it becomes a combination. But the blast is always real.
Right.
But in Saath Khoon Maaf, we were not allowed to, the fire jo sequence tha, jahan ghar pura jalana tha, wo Neemrana ka guest house tha, we couldn't do it.
Right.
So that was, the whole fire was created on CGI. Yeah. So it all depends, But again, that fire was, was shot a live fire, right. And then, on computers it was, merged. So, yeah.
Gauri?
Definitely live, for sure. But if like you're shooting on a hot, really that grimy, that sweaty day in Bombay, and if the whole thing could be shot in CGI on that day, I would love it, the whole scene. No, but that's
Right.
just kidding. But yeah, I haven't really used. I had many explosions other than real ones. No fire. That's for Rohit.
I have used mostly live explosions for both for Yahan and for Madras Cafe, and they were actually quite big ones. So once we have a shooting in Kerala of one of the forests, the forest department said you cannot blow up here, so we have to shift once we have already shot it, so we have to create another place. So you do those cheatings, but most of the explosions and were on shot on location. So I always have done that. So if something big has to be done, we need to simulate sometimes. That simulation is also quite organic. What Vishal ji was saying, you shoot the live real fire and real explosion and then put it in a big screen and then you simulate that.
Right.
But mostly that is also done nowadays quite in a very real explosion, real shots, and then put it into simulation, which is quite good nowadays.
Rohit, in your case, the love for blowing things up, does it come from this 10-year-old boy's excitement? Was that, we all love to play with cars. Only few of us get to
What do you think I play with my cars in my bedroom? What do you mean by that? It's just that my films have action, and I've been trained in that, and I started as an action director, worked as an action assistant, so yeah. I'm popular for that. People love me for that. People hate me for that. I can't help it.
Do you personally enjoy it?
I've been an action director. That was like how Vishal ji is a music director. I was an action director who became a director. So now you can't tell me, Vishal ji, whether you like music or not.
Right.
It's like that.
So what's the most useful advice you've ever got from a fellow director? So yeah.
From Meera Nair, who told me to stay true to the story, told me not to lose my femininity because I'm directing. So if I want to go to work in a skirt and lipstick, I should. I don't have to be male to be the boss, and to never hook up with the actors. Best piece of advice.
Why not?
I mean, have you hung out with actors? Best advice.
Yeah, I got two advices from Guldar Saab and they were very useful for me. One was कि अगर एक्टर जिस दिन पहले दिन बदतमीजी करे आपको उस दिन उससे डबल बदतमीजी करनी पड़ेगी. अगर आपने एक बार एटीट्यूड ले लिया तो आप पूरी फिल्म में उस एटीट्यूड को झेलेंगे. So this was a very good advice for me. And the second was emotion is stronger than logic. Many times, when we are shooting a scene or conceiving a scene, so sometimes logic takes over, but always give preference to emotion.
So if you can carry the emotion.
Well, two people. One, Balki, who's my husband and fellow director. He told me, just go expose your core self. Don't hide behind anything. Whatever you want to say, just go for it. Just be naked. Just show your feelings. Put them out there. Like, take that risk. Just go do it. The other was Raju Hirani, and he said to me while everyone, after my first film, when everyone said, second film, jaldi se banao, sab bhul jayenge, all those things. And he was the only one who said, just take your time. Writing is the most important thing, and however long it takes, just be at it. And I believe that.
I mean, no particular advice as such, but if I have to recollect, I think my first cameraman, my first film, he was a Scandinavian guy. His name is Jakob Ayri. I mean, I have to recollect this if you're asking me what advice. I don't remember anything that I have. The only advice I've taken is because I have a very bad habit of calling cut quickly while the actor is performing. So sometimes Mr. Bachchan also say in one of my films in Shoe Bite, not least, Shoojit, why did you say cut? I'm still on it, at it. So I said cut already because of my advertisement, work, commercials. I have to take the shot in 30 seconds. I said, okay, move on. So that's a bad habit I had. So Jakob told me, let it flow. Let them, they have done, they're looking at the camera, then you say cut. So that's one advice now I follow, I hold on, I don't say cut. But otherwise, no, I think.
I wouldn't say regarding film, but for life, I would say like Viru Devgan, with whom I used to work, Ajay's dad. Yeah, and we were like quite young. I was 16, 17 years old when I joined him, and you know how kids are. And so one day he called and he told me, just remember one thing, that be honest with your work, so the work will be honest with you. So that is one advice I always follow.
Why didn't you just become an accountant?
It's wrong. I was an accountant. I worked at Hotel Meridian in Delhi for 9 months as an account assistant, as a debit and credit. I've done all my books. So it's absolutely wrong. I've been an accountant and then I became a filmmaker, so whatever.
What are the odds of that?
Really?
No, but why didn't you do something else? Was making movies, was being a director something that just drove you from the beginning? Is that inner voice that just says, this is what you need to do for you?
Yeah, I think so. I think I knew at a very early age I really wanted to do law. I mean, if I wasn't a filmmaker, I'd be a lawyer. I would have studied law for sure. But, the minute I hit my teens, like late teens, I just knew. Like I was already writing and I was already watching movies. I was a film geek. So, it was just inevitable.
I became director so I can employ myself as a music composer. Because I was out of work and I knew that I'm not going to get any more films. So I had to do something where I can, my basic love is music. so I can, keep making songs. And after that, when I made my film, I realized that this is the best profession. This is the best profession on this earth. That, yeah, it's a feeling of a creator, when you write, the characters are on a paper, you see them, alive on set. And when you come on the edit, you cut, if he's taking 10 steps, you cut him in 2 steps. If he's smiling more, you go to some other character. So it's like you are playing like a game with live cast, live people, and then you are telling a story. You are engaging someone, and you are like a big grandmother, grandnanny. Like you are telling a story and you make everyone feels like a kid. So and first you become a kid yourself to your own work when you see it. So it's the best profession on this earth. And it takes you so many, new places. You meet so many new people. I mean, you create characters which you could have never been got into their heads and their behavior patterns. So you explore so many characters which was not possible in one lifetime.
For you, Gauri?
Yeah, where can you have so much fun and actually get paid for it sometimes? So, yeah, I mean, I didn't know I was going to be a filmmaker. I just kind of waddled into it and got into it. But that once you chakho that thing, there's no chance you can do anything else. Also, I failed in math, so it wouldn't have worked out otherwise. So, yeah.
You passed math, clearly.
Yeah, I've told many times that I'm an incidental filmmaker, so I have nothing to do with films. And that's not my also first love. My first love is sports. And I train footballers, I train young players at football. That's my first. I still don't belong to this industry. I live in Kolkata. I come here sometimes, so if I like, just because I have nothing to do, I make films. So if government gives me subsidy and asks me to play football, I will leave filmmaking. I have no interest at all. But I'll play football. That's my life. Football is my lifeline. And I'm here because of football. So, and that's where I do everything. I make films, I make stories. It's all from football. So that's my life. So filmmaking, I'm still learning. And I think in terms of cinema, I think what my, makers like Ray and Ritik Ghatak and Bimal Roy, I think they have made best of the cinemas. We are absolutely fag and tail of it, trying to do some films. But best of the cinema is already done, I feel. So that's why I still learning and figure out if I can do a percentage of their work, what they've done.
I always wanted to be in films. My dad was an action director because since childhood we have seen, like, since when I was like 5 or 6 years old, I've been going on shoots, and so that I was like, I want to be in this profession. And I was like, I never thought of anything else. Like, I started working when I was 16 years old. My first film was when I was 16. So it's like 26 years of working now.
So tell us about the first screening of your movie. Now you worked, you've told yourself, "Main kyun kar raha hu? I could have just sat in an AC room." You've been through this hell and you made the film. And now it's that first trial. And we all know how the film industry is. We've all been in those trials and everybody's going to praise this movie. How seriously do you take that praise?
I'm oscillating between throwing up and trying to escape. I'm not kidding. Like, the first screening to me is, like, when it's public, of course, my family sees it, the producers see it, that's fine. But when it's a public screening, I'm a bit sick to my stomach. I'm never in there. I'm outside always. And whatever people say, you know whether the person liked it, they didn't like it, how much they liked it, you just know.
Really?
Yeah, I just know. I mean, there's no...
so you can see through the lies.
I'm born and bred here. You know what I mean? Like, there's no... You just pick up the mood of a hall. Yeah. There's no way. So you know. So no, you don't... you're not fooled by it. And it's quite depressing when you feel someone didn't like it or someone like, I mean, luckily for me, I haven't had that space where it's been an out and out disaster and, you know, everyone hated it. I haven't had that, but I've been in screenings of other films where that was the, you know, it was like a chautha after, and you're like, oh my God, like, you know, that vibe where, you know, it's like, this is not a premiere, it's a funeral. You know it.
Yeah, you are very anxious. Actually, now for my, since my last film, I don't go at the end of the trial because that's a very painful moment. You feel, yeah, I mean, because when we go to some other screening and the director is standing out, so you feel that, you know, you are so embarrassed that how to now lie tactfully if you have not liked the
We've
film.
been there.
Yeah, so it's better that, you know, I don't go at the end of the trial to you know, save the embarrassment for them. If they have not liked it, they have to come out and face you. So I really don't like to take the reaction that way. So if someone likes it, he sends you text. And as Zoya is saying, that collective feeling, that collective conscious vibration comes to you when you're watching in a hall. You get that vibe, that how the people are reacting to your work. For me, when I watch the first copy myself, you know, there's a silence between a censor certificate and between the first title when it comes. It's like 3, 4, 5 seconds gap, that black comes. That's my excitement. I make film for that moment when the first film is about to come. And then the silence before that.
I'd like to ban screenings. People should just pay and go to the theaters. Just hate. I really don't want to be present at any screenings. The only screenings that I enjoy are the private ones at the rough cut stage, which I show it to people I trust and believe and whose opinion really matters. And again, you get a sense of it. I mean, I see my own cut and you hate things and you like some things and you know what is, you know, and with a certain response that you get from those few people who will critique it correctly. Beyond that, I don't want to know. After that, I think really they should be banned. Why people, I mean, this is what they have to go through inside anyway, that what should I say outside, how do I lie, and whether to hug the person or run away from the back door. It's best to just ban these, just pay and go to the theater, right?
And when they don't like the first thing, they come and say, how long is the film? Is the first half longer than the second half? You know, they just keep beating around the bush.
मेरे लिए थोड़ा अलग है. I love screenings, and I love to show the screenings first time to my absolutely dear friends and family. So that's the most important. If there's a thumbs up from there, and then I don't care. The most important people are them, my absolute dear friends who are most critical, and so I love those screenings to show to them. And the second thing which I, in my screenings that I'm always worried about is nobody should walk out in the middle of the film, you know, because I have walked out in most of the films. So, so I don't want, that's a test for me. Audience should not walk out, one of them, or move in his seat, or just watching a mobile phone, you know, because that also gives me a test. I know how the audience is going to react to it. So that's the worry I have, but otherwise I enjoy my screenings a lot.
I get nervous. I don't go for my screenings. I'm on the phone, I'm asking my ADs or my production guy how people are reacting, but I don't go. And I don't go for others' trial also, like, because I can't fake it. If I don't like it, you know, they are standing outside, they worked so hard, everyone works hard. And you can't fake it like, you know, I really liked it. I can't lie. So I don't go for trials.
Do you know, as directors, do you know when you've made a film, right after you've made the film, right after it's ready, perhaps at the time of the trial, do you know if you've got it right or wrong? Because, you know, you speak, and it's true what you said about, you know, the awkwardness of having people come up to you and try to be cagey, but do you know?
You know what, for you, see, there's no, at least my experience of the films I've made, there's no like, oh my God, like I set out to make this story and I really bungled it up. That I haven't felt that ever. But I know what is working for me and what is not working for me, what I set out to do, what scenes were, they didn't really cut it. But you know, like this audience really surprises you.
Correct.
Because some things that you think work, they don't, I mean, like in Ritesh's building, he lives on Pali Hill, super fancy, that's my producer, Quantum Park. Somebody comes up to him and says, why have you made this movie, Dil Dhadakne Do? It's a non-issue. Obviously the business will go to the sun. Now, have I gone wrong? But this is the feedback. So, you know, but to your standard and what you set out to do,
Right.
you know. You always know.
Actually, I don't know, but when we make the film, actually what's working for you is not working for the masses. That I don't come to know.
Correct.
That I don't come to know.
The box
Yeah,
office-
because it's a one man's vision, it's a one person's vision, director's vision, who's doing it. Whether all the people are connecting with it or not, sometimes like 30% are connecting, sometimes 40, and in Raju Rani's case, everyone is connecting, and with Rohit and all of us. But you don't know, and I get to know after many months that what was it which went wrong, because sometimes you come to know that it's not working, but you can't do anything about
Sure.
it because things have gone beyond.
late, yeah.
I think that way it's a very difficult medium to understand that what will work and who will it work for, how many people it will connect with, because everyone goes with that feeling, with that intention, it should connect with everyone.
Yeah, for your own work, definitely. I'm myself very self-critical about my work. So, but I have a very sharp instinct of what is working, at least for me, and I consider at least about 10, 20 people around me. So, you know, so if the sharp instinct of, yes, this could go wrong, no, this is fine, you know that. It's, the only surprise happens when certain films work, other films work, and you haven't got it, but everybody else has got it. That's what gets your goat. You just wonder like, oh my God, what am I thinking? Or where have I gone wrong in judging this film or receiving this film? So that is surprising, but about
Do you know how we feel now?
Yeah.
Every week.
And sometimes very strange things happen, you know, the things which you will think that nobody will laugh at it, or sometimes they are supposed to be serious and they laugh in those moments.
Yes, I mean, and most of the cases that I worked on the film, I think, am I on the right path or not? I get to know in the scripting stage itself. I don't wait for the filming part of it at all. For me, though, I need a machine which I can put a script and a film can come out. So if that happens, that's the best for me. Because there's so much of, my scripting is the most tiring process. Filmmaking is, for me, is the most easiest thing. That's quickly I make the films. So scripting, when you're conceiving it, that's where you exactly know you're on the right path or you're not in the right path. I mean, obviously, I won't be able to cater to every taste. I can't. But, you know, for myself, that work, for me, does it work? It's on the scripting stage. It's quite clear in my head. And then it's just to execute that in a cinema format.
I start getting a feeling that you're going wrong. Because
When do you get that feeling?
once we are done, like, obviously. Before that, I'll stop the film. So it's like, because my films are like hardcore commercial films, I'm catering to a particular audience. So you start getting a feeling, okay, I think it's not going to work on that level. I start getting that feeling, and twice or thrice it has happened and I've been right.
So, how do you then deal with that failure? You know, you put 2 years of your life, 3 years of your life, hundreds of people have worked on this, and then that Friday the film opens and
And
people
you come
don't
to see my film.
and then I come to see your film, yes. But you have bigger problems than me.
No, it's like, once it's done, you can't, you should be prepared, okay, what's going to happen. That's it. I get a feeling, I don't know, because so many films I've done now, or I get that feeling, okay, something is going to go wrong.
But on that Friday, it hasn't worked. How do you get up on Saturday morning and say, let's do this again? Where do you get that courage from?
We rectify ourselves, what all went wrong. And
You
we move forward.
introspect, you sit down and
Yeah,
analyze.
my whole team, sir. Even if it's a hit. Like Golmaal Returns was the biggest hit of those days, like 2008 I'm talking about. But we knew it's a crap film.
That's amazing.
Singham Returns, we knew that the villain went wrong. Singham 1 was it's a cult film, Singham 1. Singham 2, the villain the character went wrong. So you come to know where you're going wrong. And I think that's the reason I've been successful. That you rectify and you move forward.
Shoojit, what do you do?
No, you introspect for sure, absolutely. I mean, every film is a learning. So there are many things that I'll change in all my earlier films. I will shoot it differently. I will conceive it differently. I can see blatant mistakes in most of my earlier films. Absolutely, you will have to introspect because you're learning all the time. And the way you see films around, especially the world cinema, so you constantly get a hit. Okay, this can be treated like this also. You don't have to say there are many things. So there are many things you learn every day from different kinds of cinema and from real life also. So introspect is absolutely a must. I have not started a film unless, first I'm not in a hurry. So I'm never in a hurry to make a film. So I have not started a film unless I am really absolutely sure that, okay, this is the script that's going to be on an audiovisual medium. So that one I take care while in the scripting stage. That no, this is not going to work, this is going to work. And I introspect there. I have not started many films which are ready scripts. They're ready to go and they can, be decent films. But I have not because I have not been sure about the scripts.
We'll find out soon, so let's see. I may not come back for this interview.
Vishal, for you?
No, I have dealt with in all my films, so I've gotten used to it. Actually no film of mine has worked on the box office.
That's not true.
Yes, that's true. It never made money.
None of your films have made money?
None of my films.
Heather made money?
No, it just recovered its money. It's recovered the cost. Yeah. Yes. This is what I have been told by the industry and, the money man, that not even Omkara, as far as I was told. So, the गालिब का शेर है दर्द का हर्ट से गुजरना है दवा हो जाना, तो वो इतना हो चुका है कि अब वो फर्क नहीं पड़ता. और अब फर्क पड़ता उसका कि अगर कनेक्ट नहीं होता तो उसका फर्क पड़ता है कि वो ठीक है बॉक्स ऑफिस, बिकॉज आई हैव चूजन अ पाथ द काइंड ऑफ फिल्म्स आई मेक, सो आई डोंट इवन एक्सपेक्ट कि समथिंग बिग धमाका इज गोइंग. वो जिस दिन होगा तो शायद आई विल बी सरप्राइज एंड आई विल गो इनटू इंट्रोस्पेक्शन कि व्हाट वेंट रॉन्ग.
I just blame marketing and move on. No, you can't. See, you know what you set out to do. So you know where you went wrong and you went right. But you are also putting out this kind of idea and consciousness into another space. So when you talk about introspecting, you're talking about where I went wrong or where it did not connect. They're very separate things. Right. Suddenly, I can't be like, damn, and because I'm in a very sexist country, let me make sexist films. That's never going to happen. I'm still going to do what I do. And I'm going to think about why didn't it connect? Why didn't what I want to say connect? So you introspect that. But you're not going to change what you want to do. So, when things go well for me, not just film, otherwise, I get complacent. And I get really like that when it's not giving me the results I want. And then I'm way more motivated. So I just you just move faster when you haven't hit your result. So you just have to take it positively. That's it.
मुझे जावेद साहब ने एक बड़ी खूबसूरत एडवाइस दी थी मेरे कैरियर के शुरू में जब मैं फिल्म मेकर बना था. उन्होंने कहा कि फिल्म वो बनाना जो तुम्हें पसंद हो. ऑडियंस के लिए मत बनाना, तुम अपने लिए फिल्म बनाना जो पसंद हो, क्योंकि जब फिल्म रिलीज हुई कम से कम एक आदमी तो ऐसा होगा जिसे पसंद होगी.
Thank you so much. Thank you all of you. Thank you so much.